Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on, people? All right. So we got a couple of topics to get through today. All right. I hope y'all having a good, what's today? Wednesday? I hope y'all having a good Wednesday. Tomorrow is Halloween, girl. So I'll be, out on the street dressed like a thought. Okay, look, that's my aspiration for this weekend, girl. All right. Hey, Cynthia. Listen, what's going on, my girl? I girl, this is the topics, okay? And I'm sorry I have to keep pushing the live back, but y'all know when you got people that's gotta come and fix something at your house, how that be. But we're gonna talk about Ray J and the Diddy Boys because we talked about that already. But there have been, more rumblings online since yesterday when we talked about it. We're gonna talk about Megan Thee Stallion suing the blogger who was reporting on her in Tory Lane's trial. Girl, when I tell y'all, as a vlogger, as someone that does social media commentating, I am very happy that that girl is being sued because during the entire trial, a lot of people were using her tweets and she was telling a skewed version of events. There were so many people in the comments talking about she was just reading the documents. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't just reading documents. She absolutely was telling the story in a skewed manner. And I had no idea that she had put out that video. So we gonna talk. We gonna talk, okay, about you. Okay, Metroboomin. And then we're gonna get into Kaleena. Now, listen, I don't know how the people are doing the YouTube thing, so we're not gonna do the whole thing, but we're gonna go from about the half point mark of Kaleena's interview to the end. Okay, and we're gonna voir dire because y'all know how I like to do breakdowns. But sometimes when I do a public live, I don't know if it'll get flagged. YouTube, they won't get their views, so I don't want to play their whole video on my channel, but we'll do that. Okay, come on, Cynthia. Thank you for the super chat. But hold up, is this moving? Okay. I'm dressing as a witch to no surprise to anyone who knows me. Listen, girl, I'm a witch every day. Okay. All right. But I'm gonna be a vampire. Okay. I'm gonna be a vampire ass witch. Okay. That's look, I got a bustikela, some vampire teeth, and a leather skirt, girl. We're gonna make it work. Okay. We're gonna create the costume. I always like more so create costumes and just dress a certain way versus just copy paste somebody's costume. I'm a create, honey, create. Okay. And I'm gonna create a witch like vampire thing because I just want them. But in real life, I do want like a grill with my incisors slightly enlarged with the gold around. Girl, one day, girl, one day, y'all will be able to see, the type of for lack of a better term, nigga shit. that I like to get into when it comes to my aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up, we all used to feel like, gold teeth, gold teeth. But now that I'm older, I'm just kind of like, no, I don't want them all the time, but I would love a grill. I would love a grill. I would love something I can just click in right quick. You know what I'm saying? Um, and give off the aesthetic that I like. Okay. I'm so happy to be here. What you say, Cynthia? Thank you for the super chat, my love. I'm glad Megan suing her too. I didn't know who she was until the Tory and Megan documentary, and I could tell she needed to be sued. She's a hardcore black man worshiper. Like, girl, Tory don't care about you. It's her, and no shade, but it's the truth. North Carolina beat somebody that I actually like to follow, but they're like that's the one. Like we can't be cool about that because to me it is very weird the word gossip in the city and North Carolina beat I believe are like extreme Tory fans. I don't get why. Like I don't understand it. Um, I just have to assume it's some huge penis riding going on. You know what I mean? All right. Um, her documentary will be out tomorrow. And I wanted to talk to y'all before we actually get into it. I watched Chris Brown's documentary on Max yesterday, girl. And it didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. I think there are a lot of y'all who don't know or who refuse to pay attention to the fact that Chris Brown has an assault case literally damn near every year since the Rihanna situation, it may not always be a domestic partner violent situation, but it's absolutely him punching people, punching women in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like just hitting people for no, just out of the blue, popping people. Like, no, you shouldn't be able to go around just hitting people. I'm sorry. Like, no, I don't think that's the way things should go. Like, control yourself. And he's been known to hit a whole bunch of people. So yeah, if you watch the documentary, you'll see the chain of events as it actually took place. But I've already Googled it. We've already talked about it on my channel. Um, you know, I don't know why y'all feel like, people are attacking Chris Brown when literally it's just like, no, he attacked somebody. We're talking about how he attacked somebody. And it's like nobody, like you can even see when you look at him, he's not healthy. He's not all there. And y'all just really be in the comments, Chris Brown. And it's like, we know it's because you want to smash and you're never going to smash. He doesn't know you. You're not going to smash. And then on top of that, if you did decide to smash, you thinking it's going to be some pleasurable experience where big Chris Brown is going to pick you up and dog fuck you. And honestly, he may assault you and do some shit that you don't want him to do. And you may be like, oh, that hurts, stop. And he'll just be like, bitch, you should just be happy to be here. And he'll do it anyway. Then you'll be the girl that, oh, I should have listened. It's a whole bunch of those girls. There's literally a group of girls that ignored everything everybody was saying about Chris Brown and then were victimized by him. Y'all call those girls money grab girls, but essentially he's been settling out of court for a while now. He's been settling out of court for a while now, girl. But y'all can watch a documentary, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with that. But they were just talking about domestic violence and they mentioned this movie, It Ends With Us. Okay, girl. When I tell you this moment right here, I was watching this movie yesterday because I was like, let me just go see. It was a good movie, but it could have, to me, what it really was trying to do, this movie, was showcase how men, or not men, but just period abusers who will hit you and it's on purpose, but they do it in a way that makes it seem like it was an accident. And what that does is confuse the victim. Like, I don't know if I'm actually being abused because it was an accident. And I heard about that on TikTok. There was a girl that was talking about how her boyfriend would just always accidentally, be hitting her or bruising her or pushing her or falling on top of her, like just all kind of shit where she would keep getting hurt. And it would seem like an accident, but it wasn't. And the reason why you would then understand that this is somebody that's in an abusive relationship in this movie, Blake Lively comes from an abusive household. Her father was abusive towards her mother. They didn't even really show that. All they showed was her father beating the brakes off of her boyfriend at the time, who he caught in the room with them. Father definitely did that to my sister one time, I believe. Like, caught her in the room with a guy, completely flipped the fuck out, that whole thing. But this part right here, and I hope I don't get copyright, because it's only like a clip. But when I tell y'all this part of the movie right here is why I get so frustrated.
Your dad always did this stuff.
Oh, well, I'm sure you broke a thing or two in your life.
No, that was always his domain.
Okay, just in case, because of the music. I want to wait for her. She said,
Why did you stay with him?
why did you stay with him?
It would have been harder to leave.
It would have been harder to leave than to just stay and bear it. And I loved him. Yeah, me too. Boy, when I tell y'all that moment, like, I'm literally watching, but not watching. You know how you watching something, but you might be on your phone, or I was drawing, I was just doing something. But in that moment, I completely was stuck because I understood this moment so much. Like, it would have been harder to leave, and you loved him. And so here we are. Man, it was crazy. This is The movie just did a really good job at showcasing how you don't even always know that you were being abused because of the way things happen. You know what I'm saying? I bought it. I bought it because like a lot of times they'll be like, oh, rent it for $9.99 or buy it for $15. And I'm just like, I'd rather buy it than rent it because I feel like if I rented it for $10, it was a waste of my money. But if I bought it for 15 and I only watched it once, at least I can go back and watch it again if I feel like it. And I make content out of everything. So anything I watch, I like to keep. But anyway, y'all should check that out if y'all want to. But it was a discussion from the Chris Brown documentary about this movie because they also talked about Karuchi and the things that took place with Karuchi. Karuchi is one of the girls that ignored the stories about Chris Brown until it affected her. You know what I mean? And they even talked about how Karuchi is the perfect example of what would have happened if Rihanna, wasn't famous. Like, perfect example. And then there are other women we just haven't even really heard about. There are pictures and shit that's been put out there. Y'all know the picture of him like choking that girl. And everybody acts like it was just a joke. It wasn't a joke because the person that literally the other woman in the picture when he's choking this girl and it looks like it's a game, the other woman looks scared. She doesn't look like, oh, it's just it. No, she looked like, stop, nigga. Like, what's going on? So yeah, the Chris Brown thing was very interesting. It's on Max, and this one is on Amazon Prime to be rented or purchased or whatever. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of touch on that for a second before we, get into the topics. But I want to go ahead and pick up with the Ray J situation because we talked about that yesterday. We talked about how Ray J was at a Halloween party and so were the Combs boys, okay? The Combs men, the sons, okay? Diddy's sons. Justin, Quincy, and Christian. And they, I guess, wanted to have some words with Ray J. And I told y'all the reason why I think they wanted to have words with Ray J is not only because Ray J has been online doing interviews trying to remove himself from, the parties and the Diddy of it all, like trying to act like, oh, we were partying, but we weren't doing what he was doing. That's not us. That's not hip hop. Everybody's trying to like remove themselves from the situation in one way or another. But the reason why I think the three boys got so the men, okay, I want to keep saying that they're his boys, but they're men. They're 30, 26, and something, 29, something like that. They're all like 30-year-old men. As far as once you're over 25, my nigga, you're a 30-year-old man. Okay. And they just said the diddlets. Okay. Come on now, the diddlets. They ran up on Ray J. And I think it's because there's a level of you're trying to take his place while simultaneously speaking negatively on him. That's why I don't like when people who do decide to speak on Diddy, they want to be careful with their words. They want to not actually say he's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, Yo did an interview with TMZ at the airport or some shit like that. They asked her about it and she was like, oh, I don't want to kick him while he's down. And it's like, so you acknowledging how fucked up the situation is, or even how fucked up he is, would be you kicking him while he's down. And you don't want to do to him what he's done to other people. That's so weird to me that everybody wants to handle the abuser with the kid gloves that he hasn't handled anybody with. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I would much rather people not say anything. I would much rather them be quiet and not say a word than to speak in a manner that shows you are still trying to protect yourself from this man if he gets off. Like, you want to be able to still be in his good graces if he gets off. And I really don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't. It's just how I feel about it. To me, it's either say nothing or say the truth. And the truth is, you shouldn't be worried about kicking him while he's down with your words when he literally was doing that to people physically and he's on video doing it. Yeah, that's why I literally put in the comments, he literally kicked Cassie while she was down and y'all are worried about doing it proverbially? Like with your words? isn't that interesting? And this was Yo-Yo. This was Yo-Yo. Okay, who said this? And just that, like that little consideration of him pissed me off. And that's just how I feel about it. You know, it's my commentary. But back to the didlets. Okay, the didlets going around trying to act like they're their dad, trying to act like they have that same motion and power is such a delusion of grandeur. And it should really let you know. I'm looking to see if I had any other incense in here, but I don't. Okay. It should let you know that he raised them to be like him. He raised them to be predatory. He raised them to be problematic. He raised them to be bullies. Let's not forget, Diddy was walking around with security guards, basically being able to do whatever he wanted to do because he's Diddy with a whole bunch of security. So I can kick your ass while my security makes sure you don't fight back. People do that. Jocelyn Hernandez, that's one of the reasons why I don't support Zeus Network anymore, because when Jocelyn had her show second, third season, she had security on staff that were meant just to stop the girls from being able to hit her back. I don't like that. You want to be a big dog, you want to fight, you want to be physical. Don't use your security as a way to keep you from getting your ass beat by somebody that could probably best you if they were given the opportunity. Okay, it's always somebody that's low-key got crack strength that want to also have security keeping them from getting hit back when they want to be violent towards people. So all of that mentality, I feel like, and this is what I was telling y'all, there's no way that y'all can separate the diddler from the didlets at this point. And them running up on Ray J proves exactly that. So let's hear what Ray J's manager had to say.
You were at Tara's, Halloween party over the weekend.
Unruly?
Yeah, Unruly.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
The party of the year.
Party of the year. Now, there's a lot, of information coming out about that party. Diddy's sons, getting into a altercation with Ray J.
Nobody's gonna press Ray J.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, anyone can come and try to press Ray, but it's not gonna happen. So that was an unfortunate incident, and it was a great party that got ruined by little kids trying to fight a big boy.
Why do y'all keep referring to them as little kids? They're not little kids.
Okay.
And sometimes you just can't have that happen.
So I know that you broke up the fight with Diddy's kids and Ray J with Chris Brown. Can you tell me about that?
I mean, it just was unnecessary. Like, everybody's all family one way or another, no matter what people are dealing with in the world. Even though the Combs family's dealing with what they're dealing with, Ray deals with his life, Chris deals with his life. There's no reason for everybody to be fighting. And I mean,
because y'all have got to protect each other. What's all this infighting going on? That's what he's basically saying. Oh, this is infighting. Yeah. They've all partied together. They've all probably been privy to the same illegalities. So why is Ray J grandstanding on the news? Why is Ray J grandstanding? Because Ray J is smart. Ray J is going to always put himself first. Always. And Ray J knows that he has to separate himself, but then also he has to jump out ahead of the pack if he's trying to be the replacement. The didlets are upset about the way he's handling this situation. And I think it's because, nigga, you know us. Our dad probably did this, and that for you. And you up here on the news speaking out against him? Yeah, that's what it's giving to me.
And listen, Ray is just not a guy that you're going to go impress like that.
No, you were at Tara's, Halloween party over the weekend.
Okay, talking about Ray J is not somebody you just going to press like that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Ray J is absolutely somebody that you're going to press like that if your dad is the diddler. You're not going to have any fear of Ray J in his little backpack. Okay, Hazel E was there as well. I don't know why they keep getting everybody coming out of this same parking garage, the same parking lot. It seemed like I don't know where they at, but they keep catching people in the parking lot. I didn't save Hazel E because to me she's just a hanger on that you want to include what you got to say about the situation because you just want to be seen. Okay, to me, I feel like hold up.
Stop.
Let me play this and then I'll continue. Hold up.
I'm hanging with Young Buck and now I'm gonna get the squad back with him. Ray J. No.
Can I just tell y'all that Wack 100 is like, I don't know what he does, but it feels like whatever he does is probably illegal. Like it's giving, I have a image that I'm not doing anything illegal, but really in real life, what I do is illegal. And what I'm about to say about Ray J, the only way Ray J wouldn't be able to be pressed is if Ray J was doing shit behind the scenes that we didn't know about. That's what I wanted to say. His manager said that Ray J can't be pressed. He was absolutely pressed. Panini pressed with the dude from Zeus Network, with Lemuel, when they got into it a couple of weeks ago. And now it seemingly he was pressed between three of the didlets. So I feel like Ray J, if he's not to be pressed the way his manager says, then that means that Ray J does shit behind the scenes quietly. That is a scarier thing to think about. But I'm just saying, y'all really think y'all be out here defending each other? But no, if somebody's actually paying attention to the shit that y'all are saying, y'all get yourselves in trouble, in my opinion. But let's listen to what Wack 100's whack ass has to say.
Listen now. Everybody been calling me, and until you call me, I feel like it's no big deal. All right? So I'm talking to the exposer homies.
Don't realize
they talking about the Combs is trying to rush you. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yes, the did like
they tried to rush you in Miami?
In LA.
Where?
Bro, I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else. And I'm like, at the club, dog.
But you didn't have Donut them with you?
I ain't have nobody with me, dog.
So how many of them was it? 2, 3? What?
How many of
I
it?
don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them at 8, and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out.
Nah, blood.
It's going.
Stop hanging with Young Buck, and now I'm gonna get the squad back with him.
Ray J. No. Listen, going out, dog. Like now. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young. Like it's like that. Like I moved away from it. Like,
what did he just say? Can I put that stuff out that we've been talking about? So do you mean that there are other things about the Combs boys, the Didlets, the Combs men? Are there other things that we should know about as it concerns to them, Wack 100?
Huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is here.
What? Wait, what Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But Wack, don't put this up online.
Bro. Nah, it's this off.
He said, "Don't put this online." I want y'all to know Ray J knows he's online.
But still,
it's going up. It's already online. It's online that tried to rush you, and you ain't told me. It's everywhere. It's everywhere that they tried to rush you. They didn't say they put their hands on you. I just said the little homie gonna squabble up. I thought it was just one. Now you telling me them at 8. So it's on.
It don't need to be like that.
Nah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Going out, dog. Like, all right, so I'm gonna call you when I get back tomorrow.
So it sounds like Wack is taking it on himself to do some straightening about this situation. And I have often felt like Wack was the do dirt nigga for Ray J. I don't know if y'all have paid attention, but they've been, business partners in cahoots for years now. And I don't like to pay attention to Wack 100 because he puts out a lot of misinformation. He was also a I can't stand Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez fan person. We'll get into, that later, because there were a lot of them that would come out and put out one side of the story or spread misinformation. This is how I grew to really, I don't know if that was the only reason, because Wack has said and done so many things on the internet that made me feel like, please delete him out of my timeline. But right now it sounds like Wack is taking it on himself to do some straightening when it comes to the Combs boys. And I have to wonder. I have to wonder what really is going on with Wack 100 and Ray J. And if Ray J, all he has to do is call Wack 100 and things are straightened. Because that's what this sounds like.
All right.
Like y'all niggas talking, but y'all talking, and it's on the internet. So if anything happens, but to me, that's nothing physical is gonna happen. To me, this is when you put out somebody's tea. So if we see a story come out about any of them in the next couple of weeks, you can pretty much guess that it may have come from Ray J's camp.
They tried to get the little homie.
Yeah, but Wack, they hot as fire grease right now. Leave them alone.
Man, don't give a how hot they is.
They hot. They hot.
If we
They hot.
If we run into you, act like it's 1995.
Yeah. They hot though.
Now you gonna try to rush 8 deep. That's crazy.
Is it?
I mean, rush 8 deep. He shouldn't have got up out of there.
No,
he should have been knocked out.
Yo, Luke, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Ray J over there being sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? He want to leave it alone because he know. So they say Chris Brown stopped. Well, Chris Brown did what he's supposed to do as a Paul Rue, right? I keep telling Chris. All right, so I'm gonna call you. Chris Brown is racking up his points. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been telling you. Look, Chris Brown is racking up his points.
At the end of the party, when we were trying to exit the building, actually, I honestly just saw like Christian, Justin, Quincy kind of start circling Ray a little bit. Words were exchanged. Things started getting heated as we went into the parking garage. You know, I feel like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack, and from the last situation we were outside with the zoo stuff, he went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky. And like, honestly, he started breaking it up. I tried to talk to Quincy, Christian, get the bully. Really did help the situation.
I'm gonna just say y'all right now, Chris Brown coming to save the day, and the way y'all are trying to make it seem is not that. He didn't jump out of the car to save the day because he, out of the goodness of his heart. I don't want the Diddlets and Ray J fighting. No, that's not what this is about. Y'all have to remember that Chris Brown is linked to Diddy way more than we know. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. And Chris Brown is the same age as Diddy's oldest son. You know what I mean? Around the same age. If he's 30, Chris is what, 36? I'm lying. Chris is 30 because if I'm 36, Chris got to be 35 because Rihanna is the same age as me and Chris is a year younger. So Chris is 35. They're around the same age. Any partying that was going on, them niggas was partying together. So anything that was done, they were doing it together. Chris Brown jumps out of the car to keep Ray J and from getting jumped because Ray J is the type of nigga that will spray information if he can. Like, I don't think it's a publicity stunt. I think that the Combs kids, the Combs boys, those grown men that are Diddy's sons, the Diddler sons, the Diddlets, they're losing it. I think they're scared, and I think they're now trying to step into Sean's shoes in a way that they could never do when he was out. When Sean was out of jail and running shit, they had to play back. They had to be children to their father because he would never allow them to really step into his shoes. You saw that with the music. Christian was a copy paste of his dad. Quincy can't even get into Hollywood real good without Diddy being involved in some type of way. He was absolutely running his kids. Now his kids feel like they can step into his shoes and run shit. They're checking Ray J because they're angry because Ray J knows shit. Chris Brown jumps in because he also knows that Ray J knows shit. And y'all not gonna unalive Ray J. Y'all not gonna do that. All y'all gonna do is threaten or maybe fight. And if that happens, Ray J will get mad and be vindictive like they know he is. And Ray J may put some shit out, blow a spot up if he will. That's why Wack 100 was like, so do we need to put out what we know? I'm telling y'all, Ray J's not stupid. He looks stupid. He acts stupid. It's not stupid. The reason why he don't even want that shit, he was like, nah, we gonna play it cool. We gonna play it cool. Like that's Ray J. Ray J's gonna play it cool, y'all. But under it, I believe that Ray J knows things about Chris Brown. Ray J knows things about the boys. And Chris Brown is like, y'all need to chill out because nobody needs Ray to start talking more than he is. That's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong because I don't know these people. But I know how niggas act. I know how niggas act when they are all involved in something and they trying to make sure that it doesn't come out one way or another. Yes, Ray is very calculating. And I believe that Chris Brown got involved because Chris Brown doesn't have the emotional attachment to the diddler like the diddlets do. And so he jumps out like, hey, y'all, chill out. Because y'all know how Ray get down. Ray will play all of this shit real cool in y'all face, and then the story will come out later. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just kind of feel like, yeah, nah, y'all can keep playing. That's why Ray J not really worried, because I think Ray J has always held people's secrets. Ray J has always held people's secrets. He's always been in rooms he wasn't supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? Peeping shit he wasn't supposed to peep. But Ray J knows how to stay quiet, play his position, look stupid to the public so that y'all can underestimate him. Yeah, I be paying attention. Y'all. So, we'll just see how this all plays out. But I feel like this is a sign that the Combs family is, doing too much, cracking at the seams. Shit ain't tight over there, which we already know.
Ray, and they probably have a problem with Ray cracking jokes.
Imagine running down on somebody talking about what's up with all that ass being taken talk. Okay, my daddy ain't take no ass. Right? Diddy's kids need to sit their ass down somewhere. Okay, don't get spanked trying to prove a point that you're not built to prove. You're gonna end up in jail with your pops or someplace worse.
But you do understand it, right? It's different when it comes from somebody like you who they don't know.
Did you hear what Charlamagne said? You're gonna end up in jail or someplace worse. I need y'all to understand Ray J, as his manager said, is not somebody to be pressed.
When they probably know Ray
Even
J.
if they don't know, they probably gonna want to run down on Charlotte.
No, they're not gonna run down on Charlotte, man.
Whatever y'all on, get off it. I know you upset, you frustrated because of what Diddy going through, but stop projecting before you get hurt.
That's their pop, so you do understand that.
Glorilla said she just drove by the cemetery and there's plenty of room for. Okay, so I know they got room for silly youngins trying to prove a point. And let's be clear, you try that with Ray J, and Ray J ain't even the one to play with. Bro. You ain't gonna run down on 50.
Yeah, but
you ain't gonna run down. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna run down on nobody that's really.
Do you hear what he said? Ray J ain't the one to play with. This is when things seep out, right? So everybody looks at Ray J like he a fool, like he's a jester. Charlamagne is literally letting it be known Ray J is not the one to be played with. And I'm telling y'all, that's the difference between what's really going on behind the scenes and what you think is going on behind the scenes.
I don't even want that to happen.
But they have a different relationship with Ray J, though, right? Ray J has been to the crib. Ray J has been around them, right?
I don't even think they care about relationships. That's their dad, and it's very public. They just pressing whoever they want to press at this point. They're
not pressing nobody, and I'm telling you,
if they wanted to swing on Ray J, they would have swung Ray, and they probably have a problem with Ray cracking jokes.
Imagine running.
Listen. A lot of things is happening in this conversation at the same time, my nigga. Okay, and I'm just letting y'all know right now. Pay attention. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. What else I want to talk about? Megan Thee Stallion is suing Milagro Grams, accuses her of spreading false information on behalf of Tory Lanez. I've never seen what she looks like. I've only seen her tweets during the trial. And I'm glad she's being sued. Let's read. Matter of fact, I don't even want to read it from here. Because listen, y'all know who owns It's On Site, right? Okay, y'all know who what's her name? Nicki Minaj's ex BFF, who used to be on Love and Hip Hop. Let's do that. Let's do Megan Thee Stallion, and let's read this story from another source just in case, because it depends on what source you read it from. If you're reading it from a blog and you read it from the North Carolina Beat, you read it from, maybe, I can't remember, maybe Gossip in the City, you may not get a correct assessment of the situation because they don't like Megan and they seem to really, really like Tory Lanez, and I'm not exactly sure why. But let's read. Megan Thee Stallion is suing blogger Milagro Grams for alleged harassment and churning out falsehoods relating to the BALI rapper's 2020 shooting by Tory Lanez. On Wednesday, October 30th, lawyers for Megan, real name Megan Pete, filed a lawsuit against the blogger, real name Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, in Florida, per court documents obtained by People, alleging she acts as a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson, and spreads lies on his behalf, much like academics as well. In the lawsuit, Megan 29 claims Cooper shared a deep fake pornographic video of her to X, formerly Twitter, accused her of having a severe drinking problem, questioned her mental status, and labeled her both an angry Black woman and a lying ass hoe. Girl, it's crazy when a Black woman uses Raleigh. It's crazy to me when Black women use the same problematic rhetoric that's used against Black women against one another. Like, it's very weird to me. I don't know if I would ever really refer to a Black woman as just an angry Black woman without a reason for her anger. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the documents also allege the blogger falsely claimed that the firearm Mr. Peterson used to shoot Miss Pete was not produced during the trial because it was missing. I remember this. Megan's lawyers write that the firearm remains in the custody of the Los Angeles Police Department. Okay. Also, I believe they were putting out stories like his fingerprints weren't found on the gun when really it was inconclusive. Like that type of shit. They, skewed it slightly to where it's not a complete lie, but it definitely makes you feel like in some way he's not responsible. Additionally, the lawsuit claims Cooper has continuously doubted Peterson actually shot Megan, despite him having been sentenced to 10 years in prison for the violent crime. The WAP MC's legal team demands a jury trial and seeks monetary damages, plus Megan's attorney's fees and costs, as well as a permanent injunction barring defendant Cooper from any future use or publication of intimate visual depictions of her. In a statement about the new filing, Megan said it's time to hold bloggers accountable for years of harassment, cyberbullying, and the publication of misinformation about my personal and professional life. I've endured countless attacks on my character based on false narratives from social media bloggers misrepresenting themselves as journalists, added the Grammy-winning rapper. Megan concluded it's unacceptable behavior, and these individuals need to understand there will be repercussions for recklessly posting lies and defamatory falsehoods. Cooper received a notice from the filing and wrote on X, "I've been informed that I'm being sued by Alex Spiro on behalf of his client, Megan Thee Stallion. Countersuit gon' go crazy," she wrote in a follow-up post. What are you going to countersue for exactly? Like, what is the countersuit going to say? Because Megan hasn't done anything to you, as far as we know. Cooper did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. In December 2022, a 9-day trial resulted in a jury unanimously convicting Lanez, 32, of assaulting Megan with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. The incident occurred following a dispute involving the two musicians and her former assistant and ex-friend, Kelsey Harris, after the three left the pool party held at Kylie Jenner's Los Angeles home in July 12, 2020. Okay, so I remember during the trial, because y'all know I was heavy on the trial when it was out. Listen, you ain't have to tell me. I already know. I'm glad she's being sued, because I remember during the trial, and I really, really detested the way she was handling the trial. Like people were using, that's why we started following Megan, the journalist, right? Y'all remember? Because Megan Kuniff. Like the fact that I even know this lady's name, we started following Megan Kuniff because she seemed to be the only one during the trial that was actually reporting what was happening in a non-biased journalistic manner versus people like Milagro and DJ Academics that were there merely to fight on behalf of Tory Lanez. And again, I will say what I've always said. He is the one that could not offer an alternate chain of events for how Megan got shot. He did not say it was Kelsey. He actually said it wasn't Kelsey on social media. So if it wasn't Kelsey, there's a bullet in her foot. What happened then? Tory has never explained. He's never explained. He just said it didn't happen how y'all think it happened. So at the end of the day, girl, I noticed what y'all were doing. They were absolutely putting out one-sided information. So let me explain to you how they would do this. And I always use the Jeezy Genie example. The Jasmine brand posted that story about Jeannie and Jeezy conflating something, talking about I was reading from the court documents. Yeah, you were reading from the court documents, but you conflated two different instances in order to make it seem as if Jeannie was just making him out to seem like, oh, he was this, he was that. And that's not really what was being said. It was two different instances. But then on top of that, you actually disseminated a deep fake porn video of Megan. And I remember that happened right around the time that something was going on for Megan. And that came out like right before, and she was really upset about it. I think she might have had a performance or something like that. And she was like really emotional about how that video was disseminated. I never even saw the video. That's how fast they must have got it off, off Twitter. But I remember specifically how Milagro handled the court case, posting all kind of shit that wasn't true, one-sided things. Another thing they'll do, so the lawyer, right? So Tory Lanez's lawyer or somebody's lawyer will say, well, I think this, and this happened, so I'm filing injunctions to prove this happens. They're filing shit, right? They will file shit to make it look a certain way and then report it as if the law enforcement is saying this. No, the lawyer was saying that. The lawyer said this happened. The law enforcement did not say that happened, but they would make it seem like, oh, the police were saying that. The police didn't say that, bitch. The lawyer said that. And that doesn't mean that it's true. But that's what the type of shit that they were doing during the court process, putting stuff out that was really not true. She had just started her tour. Okay, yeah, she had just started her tour that y'all was saying wasn't going to sell out. Thank you, Cynthia. Black male worship will continue to be the downfall of Black women. It's so crazy to me because these women don't realize that they could be victimized by the very men that they defend. Girl, when I tell you, I'm trying to understand why, like somebody at some point needs to do a documentary on Milagro and why it is she's acting like this. Because did you fuck him? Do you want to fuck him? Is he making you feel like he's in love with you? Like, are y'all talking over the phone? Like, what's happening for you to be dick riding that little munchkin that bad? Like, what's happening? Thank you, Courtney. She just started her tour. Thank you. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's absolutely about perception. DJ Wackademics ass posting shit that wasn't true. Like they all did that. A lot of them did that. Just like that motion Tory filed the other day. Yes. People were saying the motion was granted due to evidence received. That was debunked. Exactly. We just talked about that. Him trying to make it seem like his lawyer was working for Rock Nation simply because she is an executive producer on a show that was named after a Jay-Z album. But you didn't have a problem with her when she was defending you. You didn't bring any of that up before, but you'll try to use everything you can to get out of jail. The main thing y'all need to understand is that Tory Lanez was a convicted felon who had a gun. Period. Point blank. Y'all can't argue that shit, can you? Because if it was Kelsey, why didn't he say it was Kelsey? He's never said it was Kelsey. He didn't even get up on the stand to defend himself and give the chain of events that would have led to us believing that Meg was actually a liar. So to me, when everybody's like, oh, she lied about fucking him. That was it. She didn't lie about getting shot. We literally saw video of her limping with blood trailing behind her with her hands up. We saw video of that. And y'all were still arguing about whether she got shot or not. It's weird. It's very, very weird. And I will say to everybody that believes that Tory Lanez didn't shoot her, please give me an alternate state of events that would actually make sense. If you can't do that, please shut up. Please shut up. Because it doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm glad she's being sued. Because to me, you must have a real vendetta against Megan. It's crazy. It's crazy for you to have this much hatred against a woman that you probably do not even know, so that you can defend a man who you don't even know. Wild, crazy work. Right. We literally hear Kelsey on camera. Meg, are you okay? Meg, are you okay? Right. We're supposed to ignore all of that. We're supposed to ignore the police call where he calls Kelsey and apologizes. Oh, girl, let me help y'all out. Okay, don't make listen. I don't want to have to go through this blocking people all day, but I will block y'all. I will block y'all. My defense of Megan comes from the fact that she had a hole in her foot. I watched her dragging herself away from the scene. She says he shot her. There were only 2 other people besides the 2 of them in the car that had no real value whatsoever when we're talking about entertainment industry. People putting millions of dollars behind Megan, millions of dollars behind Tory Lanez. If anybody else had done it, he would have said that, but he didn't. So at the end of the day, I'm talking about brass tacks facts, how things actually look, what actually happens, that type of shit. I'm not dealing with y'all trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm just no, baby. I'm never a fan that bad. That girl lied about fucking him. Yeah, she did. I don't care. She was shot. There was no lie there. Y'all was telling me she didn't get shot. I had to pull up pictures of the hole in her foot several different times. Several different times. Y'all continued to move the goalposts during the trial. First, she didn't get shot. Then it wasn't him. Who the fuck was it? Oh, it was Kelsey. He said it wasn't Kelsey. He got on the internet and said that it wasn't Kelsey. So what is your option? Please. And I have yet to have anybody explain to me what happened if that's not what happened. I have yet to hear. Y'all will bring up everything else. Y'all will talk about, oh, Megan lied. Megan, I don't give a fuck. What happened then? Tell me what happened then. Tell me what happened then. Since you know. I'll wait. All y'all can say is she's a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. Okay, baby. Okay. Well, so is he. He's a convicted felon and he's violent and he had been known to just hit people out of feeling disrespected like he did with August Alsina. Then he said that he wasn't even there and there was actually video of him being there. We have actual proof of Tory lying about assaulting somebody. Y'all will continue to ignore that though, right? You're going to ignore the fact that this man literally lied about assaulting somebody and there was evidence of him being at this concert where he is backstage and ends up hemming up August Alsina. He comes out and says, I wasn't even there. Video of him being there. Straight up lied about assaulting somebody. But no, you want to keep pointing out how Megan lied. It's weird. Y'all are weird. I want y'all to stop worshiping dick that much. Stop. Stop worshiping penis so much that you can't see the truth of the matter. You can't see the forest for the trees because you want a dick ride so bad. Girl, shop SEDURE and buy you one. Okay? Go ahead down in my description box. Shop SEDURE. Get you a dick that will not shoot you. So you can stop dick riding for men who would in my comments. Y'all are weird. All right. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Can't wait for that countersuit. Say it's gonna go crazy, huh? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. All right. Keke Palmer. So y'all, Keke Palmer has a book coming out. I don't know why Keke Palmer has a book coming out, except for the fact that Keke loves a check and she loves to make money. Okay, she love to make money and she love to keep a check, girl. My issue with Keke is that you gonna come out and talk, but you're not really saying nothing. You coming out and you talking, but you're not really saying nothing, Keke.
Seeing what Darius posted, what was your reaction?
I was speechless because I was at a photo shoot.
What a photo shoot.
And
don't start doing your Angela Bassett shit, bitch.
Everybody was looking all weird. I was like, are y'all good? And then I randomly was on my phone and I saw a Shade Room post of the comment. And I was honestly just shocked. That was all. I was just like, okay. And then it continued. And then I didn't have no words. And it's not reality. I didn't want to engage with something that wasn't reality. So I kind of just became removed. And then
what's not reality? What was not reality about Darius slut shaming you on the internet?
At that point, for me, I kind of just wanted it to not exist in the workspace because ultimately that's what it is for me. You know, in my opinion, I was just at a concert. I don't know how anybody else receives that, whether they know me or whether they're online. It was not that reality for me. So I didn't know what to do with it because I'm not in that reality. It's great.
Seeing what Darius.
It got so out of control, and the only way that you know how to bring order or control to something is the court. I mean, that's literally what it's there for. It's, you know what I mean? And it becomes difficult because I can't control all the information. When you have people like TMZ, they got friends in the court, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want, this is not for the public. This is for me to bring order within my family. The only way that I know how, which is through the court, not through the public. But the public's still gonna somehow know.
Okay, so let me read. In an interview with People, Keke detailed what went wrong in their relationship. When asked about the moment Darius took social media to comment on her outfit choice while attending Usher's Las Vegas show, Keke shared that she was at a photo shoot at the time and just shocked. She shared that their relationship had become unhappy and unhealthy at that point. Things soon turned toward the legal route when Keke filed for a temporary restraining order after accusing Darius of domestic violence. He responded to the accusations with accusations of his own. Keke said it got so out of control, the only way I knew how to bring order was through the court. And this is something that white women know. White women know this. Black women don't really understand this, and they often feel like, you've betrayed your race in some way by getting courts or police involved. I'm not one of those people. I'll go to court on you, bitch. I will call the police on you. Okay. I know black people that work down to the courthouse. All right. So I agree with her about handling it within the courts. And then y'all act like people are coming to y'all with this as if they're arguing on social media. No, the blogs are going and pulling the court documents and reporting them as a story. You're coming to the blogs because you want to know other people's business because you nosy like that. I am too. But I don't understand being mad at people because their information is coming out. Like, that's one thing I never understand. Y'all take us out the group chat. Bitch, get off the blog. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Nonetheless, Keke and Darius have moved past their issues after court-ordered mediation. They settled amicably on a joint custody agreement. Keke shared that she is so proud and happy for Darius, who has since joined the military. I feel very at ease now knowing things are under control. Girl, he joined the military? So this is somebody that was already abusive and comes from an abusive household. His father was abusive. There are allegations against his brother being abusive, and he joined the military? And you think that's a good thing? Okay, Keke. It's your business, girl. It's your business. This is your business, Keke. But I'm gonna let you know right now, you look crazy. You look a little crazy to me. When it comes to defending Darius. And another thing that she said Another thing she said was that them having a baby really severely made things more stressful, even though they had decided to have a baby. That should let you know right there that he really just wanted to have a baby with you in order to trap you, talking about y'all are soulmates. Man, lay that shit down. Let it go. Now I'm at a point, there's no such thing. There is no such thing. There are people that you have encountered before. There are people that you will encounter again. Souls maybe, come into each other's lives to teach each other a lesson. But the idea of a soul mate, meaning somebody that you meet and y'all just supposed to be together because y'all souls were made for each other. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because I feel like what really makes a person worth that is a person in this life, in physical form, today, making an effort to work shit out with you. That to me, that's what makes somebody a real soulmate. When somebody is in real life trying to be your partner, trying to work things out with you on a daily basis. Not this idea that it's predetermined because you attracted to the motherfucker. I don't agree with that. Go to hell. Okay. But either way, she said he was her soulmate. She was his soulmate. They decided to have a baby, and then things got hard after they had the baby. Why do you think that is, Keke? Because he wanted to have a baby with you to control you so that he can always have a link to you, which is why he started to try to control you, how you dressed and what you did once the baby came into play. We all said that. We all said that, baby. We told you that that's what he was going to do. And you still sitting up here talking about, but things have gotten better. Yeah, I don't believe that. This nigga went and got in the military. Why? So he can beat your ass better? Like, okay, girl, be safe. I'm going to tell y'all, it is always such a weird thing for me when a man is abusive towards a woman or I say man, because that's the situation we're talking about right now. But when a person is violent towards a partner and y'all think that they're safe for the kids to be around, that always blows my mind. Essentially, a person that is hitting you, abusing you in any way, shape, or form is a person that a lot of the times cannot control themselves. You really think they're going to be able to control themselves with a child? You think so? You don't think he's going to pop off and get angry with the baby because the baby isn't showing him the emotion he wishes the baby was showing him? The baby, is doing baby shit, being loud. He gets aggravated and spazzes out at the baby. You think that's cool? Because to me, it's an attitude that he can still be a good father, even though he was abusive towards you. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we gonna let Keke do what she gonna do because that's just how she is, girl. Let's move on. Let's see what's going on here. This is why I can't deal with y'all. This man said this lady groomed him. I told y'all I didn't feel like he was groomed by no goddamn body, at least not by her. Okay, but here they are sitting down together again. I don't even know why. Let's see.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Did you miss us?
Not did you miss us and go to the YouTube page. Now y'all want to talk about a money grab? This is what you call a money grab. Good day. Because I don't even care. Neither one of y'all are entertaining enough for all of that, in my opinion. Okay? Y'all. I often notice on social media how people care more about how things look than they do about how things are. And this is an example of that. Okay, let's read this story. 2 Brazilian influencers, I'm not about to read their names, drowned after refusing to wear life jackets during a yacht party. The incident occurred on September 29th, 2024, off the coast of São Vicente, Brazil, in an area known as the Devil's Throat. Why the fuck would you call something the Devil's Throat? According to reports, the influencers were part of a group returning to shore after a day of partying on a luxury yacht. Despite the boat being overcrowded and warnings from the captain, the women declined to wear life jackets, citing concerns that the jackets would ruin their selfies and interfere with their tanning. Now it don't matter at all. As the boat made its way back to shore, it was struck by a large wave, causing it to capsize. The captain and 4 other passengers managed to survive by clinging to life jackets and rocks, but Aline and Beatrice were not as fortunate. Beatrice's body was found drifting at sea and recovered by Brazil's maritime firefighters, while Aline's body was discovered a week later, washed up on the somebody's beach. I'm not about to go through all that. The incident has sparked a debate about the dangers of prioritizing social media appearances over safety. So y'all are dumb. Y'all are dumb. Y'all are stupid. And this is for everybody who thinks like this. Because I know there's some people that watch me that think like this. Like, you care about how you look more than you care about your own safety. So remember when we have these conversations, about BBLs, and I say, hey, you could die. It could mess up your body. You could never walk the same. You could have so many things that can happen to you that will ruin your quality of life. But all you care about is how you look. And I just was telling y'all yesterday, some days I do not be feeling myself, no matter how much I work out, no matter, how beautiful people tell me I am. I will sometimes just not be feeling it myself. And I think that's just, that's life. I think it's life to just have your moments of insecurity. But as a whole, when it comes down to it, you have to always choose your life and what is best for your overall health before you think about how you look. Period, point blank. That's why I'm not on hydroxycut. Okay? That's why I'm not out here doing some of the things that I could be doing to be skinnier, because essentially I care more about my body long term than I do about how it looks. Okay? I don't want to be, no 40-something-year-old woman with a diaper booty leaking, can't sit down too long on a plane. My ass already hurt sitting on a plane too long. And y'all want me to go and get ass injections so that I can look like some of these weird shaped ant bitches on the internet? Yeah, no. But there are a lot of y'all that care more about how things look than how they actually are. And that is sad. And this is one of those times. I've been on a boat like this. Them boats be rocking like a motherfucker. You better put that life jacket on, because even if you can swim, say something happens, you get knocked off the boat. It might take them a long ass time to come back to get you. If that happens, you're going to be floating for a while. And if you don't know how to just float on your back, you might die. So the life jacket is important. It's important. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. These 2 women, unfortunately, are dead because they felt like it was more important to get selfies than to protect their bodies in case of capsizing. Girl, y'all need help out there. Instagram is not that important. I don't even know like what's going on. Like, I don't even know what's going on, girl. You care more about your tan lines than you do about dying? Y'all do understand if you dead, then none of this other shit matters, right? Like, what is wrong with everybody? Care more about your life, people. Care more about your life. Please, I beg of you, care more about your life. Now, y'all remember, we were talking about Steve Harvey and his comments about Cat Williams last week. And I told y'all that I felt like at the end of the day, he still wasn't responding to some of the allegations about him trying to stop, Bernie's bag, being jealous or whatever. You know what I mean? We don't know if any of this is true or not, but the way Steve grandstands can sometimes annoy me. I get you want to be on a pedestal and act as if I'm not coming down off my perch to fight with you bitches and all of that. But essentially, my dude, you're a comedian. You're a comedian. You talk shit about other people and people talk shit about you. You don't have to act like you standing on some, moral pedestal above everybody all the goddamn time. And that's what Steve, was doing when he was talking about, Cat Williams. Like, I'm up here. I ain't about to. Kevin Hart does the same thing. I'm up here. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Chill the fuck out. But let's hear what he said.
And it's just, like I said, it's just sad, man, that we don't cheer for each other the way we should. I'm cheering for Mike Epps. I'm cheering for Kevin Hart. I'm cheering for Dave Chappelle. I cheer for Chris Rock. I'm cheering for Earthquake. I think one of the funniest cats out there right now, man, is that damn Deion Cole. Deion Cole's comedy, man, is so spot on. Mm-hmm. Dog, I cheer for these cats. So, man, that's the lane I'm in. That's the lane I'm gonna stay in. I'm not gonna be up in here, man. And if you see somebody who is not cheering for their brother, you got to question that person.
Yeah.
You got to go, man, what is the motivation behind that? Because if you ain't cheering for them, what you hating on them for? Mm-hmm. Could it be because you are jealous or envious of the position they in?
Yeah.
And I'm just not that way, man.
I'm just glad you got a chance to finally,
And it's just, like I said, it's just sad, man, that we don't cheer for each other the way we should.
So Deion Cole posted this, and it was supposed to be Steve Harvey talking about how, I wasn't a hater on Bernie Mac. And I hear what he's saying. Like it's a response, meaning that I'm not hating on anybody. I'm actually championing everybody. That's cap. It's cap. Deion posted it because he was talked about, favorably. And Deion is funny. Deion's hilarious. Deion been hilarious ever since he was standing on the stage with a goddamn notepad checking off the jokes that worked and the ones that didn't. Okay? Like, Deion's hilarious. He also looked good. I mean, no, he looked good at this age. I tell you no lie. Okay? But I also feel like I don't like when men have a camaraderie that doesn't have a real moral compass. Meaning that you champion people who are bad people simply because they are comedians like you. I don't like that. I actually prefer Cat Williams being somebody that's like, I might fuck with this nigga, but I don't fuck with that nigga. I don't care that we all have the same job. I'm not about to act like I fuck with you if I don't. I'm not about to act like you a good dude if you're not really a good dude just because you're a comedian like me. And to me, I feel like behind the scenes and in secret, you will hate on one another. But then in front of everybody, you will do this united front bullshit. Once again, caring more about how it looks versus how it really is. And to me, Steve, I don't care what you're talking about. I will always respect Cat above you simply for being the type of nigga to say, I don't like that nigga and I don't care about the fact that we're both comedians. I'm not about to act like I like that nigga just because we a comedian. Nah, I'm not doing that. And a lot of y'all do that. All comedians' lives matter. That's how y'all be. That's why you see them talking about Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock is a nigga that won't even help his own brother get on. Won't even help his own brother. That's why I told y'all I never liked the way they handled that situation with Will Smith. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if you're going to be balanced in the situation, be balanced. Don't shit on somebody that actually did something for you while bigging up and lying on behalf of somebody that ain't did shit for you. That's crazy to me. Because we all comedians. Will Smith's an actor. So now we have to join forces against Will Smith, even though he's given us more opportunities than Chris Rock's ass. Yeah, I got okay. Listen, no, Tony did not die. I don't know why anybody put RIP in my comments. That's not what happened. Child, we know Bernie Mac didn't really like Steve like that. Bernie Mac kind of was somebody that seemingly stuck to himself. You know, a real do my job and go home type nigga. You know what I mean? Not the kind that everybody pretends to be. So Metroboomin, and this is going to be the last thing before we get into the Kaleena interview, because that's what we really about to get into, okay? So Metroboomin wants some more, nigga. I'm really upset about this because, like, you know, I'm a fan of him. Wiggy, 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 wiggy. Like, I could think of a whole bunch of songs that Metroboomin has produced. But you know, it be the producers, y'all. It be the producers. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but there are some grimy, weird energy ass producers. Love and Hip Hop is probably one of the first places that kind of showed me how producers are just as grimy and annoying, because on some level they're upset that they're not in the forefront. A lot of producers want to be in the forefront. They want to be a star, but they produce. Okay? And so they can have bitch ass nigga tendencies as far as I'm concerned. And they also will be the type of, I'll do a record for you if you fuck me type niggas. You know what I'm saying? You have to be very careful of producers. So Metroboomin was hit with a lawsuit claiming he sexually assaulted a woman in 2016. Variety reports Vanessa Lamastry claims the producer referenced the assault in one of his songs after pretending to be her friend for months. We've heard this story before. In the suit, Lamastry claims she was struggling with the grief of losing her 9-month-old son. Baby, when I tell y'all, the first thing that popped in my head is when I just said that I was talking about Cisco in Sin Santana. Cisco and Sin Santana, y'all remember? This sounds exactly like that. Okay. Lamastry describes bonding with the producer after being introduced during a trip to Las Vegas. The 38-year-old woman said when she arrived, she was immediately given a shot of alcohol and also ingested half of a Xanax bar as a coping method for her anxiety after her son's loss. Lamastry alleges Boomin, born Leland T. Wayne, spent time telling her that he was depressed because he had just broken up with his longtime girlfriend, trauma bonding with her. However, the next thing Miss Lamastry can recall is waking up on a bed in a different location with Boomin raping her and being completely unable to move or make a sound. Sounds like she took more than a Xanax. Lamastry claims she was in and out of consciousness for an unknown time, but woke up at some point to Boomin performing oral on her. The suit continues. At no point during this encounter was Miss Lamastry able to consent to any sexual activity, and Boomin's conduct without question constituted, and sexual assault. Following the alleged sexual assault, Lamastry alleges she found out that she was expecting but terminated the pregnancy. Lamastry is asking for a jury trial and damages over the alleged assault. Approximately 1 year later, Metroboomin released the song Rap Save Me with 21 Savage, Offset, and Quavo. The song included the lyrics, she took a Xanny, then she fainted, and she drive me crazy, have my baby, which were cited in a lawsuit as recounting the situation that happened to Lamastry, thus causing further trauma. Wow. She took a Xanny, then she fainted. I'm from the gutter. Ain't no changing. From the gutter, rap save me. She drive me crazy. Have my baby. Have my baby. I'm sorry, Kelly Rowland. They should absolutely be able to use these lyrics against these niggas in court. Girl, what? They should absolutely be able to use these lyrics against niggas in court. Because as soon as a woman says somebody did something to them, y'all are going to say she's a liar trying to get a money grab. And the nigga actually wrote about it in a song. So how is it a lie if he put it in a song? Like, seriously? I believe it. I believe it. You know why? Because haven't y'all noticed the pattern? That's why when they keep saying this is not hip hop, is it not? Is it not hip hop for y'all to take advantage of women and then rap about it? Use these women as muses in one way or another, have them come to the studio, give them drinks that have other drugs in them. Because if she's saying she couldn't move, that's not a Xan bar in a glass of champagne, bitch. That's not a Xan bar. Okay? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. And then it's crazy because that sounds like a damn triangle. Yeah, GHB. She took a Xan bar on her own recognizance. There was something else in the drink. There was something else in the drink. You can't drink nothing from these niggas. Come in with your own bottle of water everywhere you go. Come in with your own bottle. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And the fact that she got pregnant from it, all she has to do is prove she went to the doctor and had got rid of the baby. Like, to prove that a chain of events occurred in order for her to get pregnant. That's crazy. And to me, it seems like a pattern of behavior in hip hop for y'all to do this to people. And maybe not even really just hip hop, entertainment, period. The entertainment industry, period. We all like to, have these little corners of the entertainment industry. But essentially, it seems like from sports to music to movies to TV, y'all are all doing the same shit to people, putting shit in they drink, fucking them, hoping that they forget what happened. And then when they actually come out later and say something about it, why you waited so long? Money grab. You were already high. You knew what you wanted. You knew what you were getting into. But when we get up here and talk about what be going on, y'all say everybody's lying. How do they know what they're getting into if when we get up here and tell these stories about this shit happening, there are so many people like, that didn't happen, she's a liar. So then that makes it easy for the next young woman to be victimized because she's going to go along with the idea that it's all a lie. It's a money grab. Crazy. Well, anyway, we're going to get into Kaleena now. So do me a favor and, don't hate on me. Like my video. Okay. So Kaleena did an interview with Breakbeat Media. Shout out to them. Okay, because I don't believe anybody else has talked to Kaleena. Before we get into the portion I'm going to play, I want to talk about what was talked about at the beginning of this interview because it's important. Kaleena comes from a family of grapists. Sounds like her uncles were assaulting like children. She literally describes one of her uncles assaulting a 3-year-old and how her mom told her that story. They were all still living in the same house. Almost sounds as if the women in the household were involved. Like she was like, they prayed over her. They prayed over the little girl after it happened, or reprimanded the little girl. Whatever happened, because y'all can go and watch it, right? Y'all can go and watch the full interview if y'all want to. When I was talking about Sin and Cisco, I was talking about how he trauma bonded with her and then acted like he was her friend, acted as if he was going to make this song with her because her brother had passed away. And so he trauma bonded with her about that. And then when she didn't want to have sex with him, he withdrew the song from her and gave it to somebody else. So that's what I mean by using their being a producer and then befriending women, acting like trauma bonding with them. Also, you can try to fuck them. That's what I meant when I was talking about Cisco and Sin. That was the same thing that Metroboomin did with this woman. I didn't say he assaulted anybody, okay? I'm just saying he was using the same tactics in order to get coochie out of this woman. Trauma bonding and using his job as a producer. That's what I mean, just to be clear. All right? Now let's get into this. Like I said, Kaleena comes from a household of abuse. So she's going to contradict herself and go back and forth a lot, which is why I wanted to play this half, okay?
How bad did the fighting get? It got bad. I was fucking him up. He was fucking me up. Like I would hit him in the head with mugs, coffee mugs, and like, make his head bleed and shit and fucking.
Now, right now, she's talking about her husband, Tony Anthony. Okay. We saw them on Love and Hip Hop together. He the one that told her that nobody cared about her music anymore. Remember? And she was sleeping with her friend Ashley, who seemingly was like somebody they may have fucked together at some point. So Kaleena has already told us that she's done freak offs. I guess she forgot about it. But Kaleena has already discussed what her life was like, which is probably why her children weren't in the house with her. She's also talked about she doesn't have her children because she gave them to her mother, who was also abusive, and now her mother won't give the children back.
And he needs to just be fucked up, you know? Now, he didn't fuck me up that bad, you know what I'm saying? But it would be more of me, like, trying to not be weak. And then I would just I had the anger issue more than him. I did. I just want to take accountability. I don't think a lot of women do, but I did. I had more of the, like,
she will say over and over again that women don't take accountability while blaming herself for her own abuse. Girl.
Thing to prove to other people, like, I'm not like these other bitches, and like, he ain't gonna be running over me. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of hurt just in general. I couldn't believe that after all I had told him that he still did what he did, but the psychology behind that is he's still a human too, and he was just learning how not to do the things that he was used to doing. And I just didn't see it that way. I just was working out of trauma and what I've been taught. I've been taught to fight back and fight.
At the height of your career, what did your bank account look like?
I was a millionaire. Easy. I was a millionaire.
And what was the average day like for you?
Just chill, lay around, kick it, get up and say, what are we gonna do today? Call all our friends over, take care of everything they had going on, and like just whatever.
Do you think you did the right things with your money?
No, I didn't the first time. I didn't. I think I did what everybody does the first time. Because of our culture and where we come from, ain't nobody teaching us about financial literacy. Nobody's teaching us how to spend our money. Nobody's teaching us how to save our money. And nobody's teaching us how to pick friends. And so that looks like, you want to prove to your people you're a real motherfucker. You're not going to forget about them. And so you want to take care of everybody with you. You do. I took 30 people with me on tour. 30 people, and I was picking up random people at the same time. So that meant cars I was renting. I still had condos that my children were living in, and I wasn't even there. I was just spending liquid, and because I knew nothing about credit. I was afraid of credit, like most Black people are. We're afraid of credit. Like you say, spend credit, get plastic, and it's like, oh no, I ain't never own my credit, because that's how you get you caught up. But that's the way. And so I was spending a lot of liquid, but I lived off that money for years until it was no money to live.
I don't think she's sober either. I just want to say that nobody in the comments thinks that she's sober. I literally sent this to OLFP like she's tweaking because she looks like she's tweaking.
Off of, right? Because it's not about what money you have coming in. Going out is about what money you have going in. And at the time, I can't tell you what happened. Like, it just shit stopped. It stopped after dirty money. Kind of felt like I was blocked a little bit, like not blackballed, but just a little blocked.
By who?
Mind you, she talks about how people warned her about Diddy. People told her that Diddy will blackball you and fuck up your career. She spends most of this interview praising Diddy and saying that that's not what she saw of him. She also explains what I think is grooming. I'm going to let her continue, but I just, because I can't remember what was said before or after as it pertains to some things, but I want y'all to know that she specifically talked about how people warned her against Diddy, and now she's saying she never saw that side of him.
I don't know.
But you're telling us you were blackballed. Something happened, bitch.
Some say Puff. Some say other people.
What would you say?
I don't fucking know. I'm not blocked now, so I don't fucking know. Get to the bag, nigga. I don't know. But I think that time kind of like fixes everything. I mean, who's to say? I think we block shit ourselves. Like, I think we get into mental spaces where we want to blame it on other people, but it was just a nasty place me and Tony were in. It was a nasty place I was in. It was a nasty place to not have the support from my family and the love. I was flying my brothers and sisters out and spending thousands of dollars on birthdays.
What's your relationship like? What's your relationship like with Dawn?
I don't fuck with Dawn like that. I mean, I do, like as a person, like as a individual, like my heart. But she never was like sisterly. She never was like somebody who I could say wanted to take care of me. So As much as I tried, she would let me in. And maybe that was because of Danny DeCane. I don't fucking know. I don't know those girls like that. I know D Woods in passing. I know Chanel from the studio.
It was because she did not trust you, because she could probably see how male identified you were.
You know, they were always cool in passing, but I don't know the dynamics of that shit enough to be able to tell you like where it came from. But it was like weird shit happening while we were in a group. Like even if I would just ask her like rehearse, let's rehearse, nigga, just AMAs, you know what I'm saying? And she would like laugh at me and keep it moving. Yeah, it would be shit, weird shit like that. And I would be like, you know,
okay, so I just want to clock this moment. A lot of people have tried to invalidate what happened to Cassie by saying she was laughing at Kim Porter. As if there's a moment where everybody saw Kim getting her ass beat by Diddy and Cassie's on the side laughing. That never happened. But because of the way people decide they want to look at people, you want to look at Cassie a certain way, as some girl who thought she was above it, while you knew that she wasn't. You were probably a little jealous. It's absolutely giving, I want to find fault in this woman because I am jealous of her.
like, I don't know. I think we all have like different, we all have different executive functions. And when you come into this business, the first thing you got to be thinking is like, if somebody's going to fly me out of town, I need to eat. So then it's a per diem. Or if you're a writer like me and you work in a studio and you're working on a budget, you automatically know that there's a food budget. But she just was like, she didn't know these things. So I would come in the studio and be like, where's the food budget? What we eating tonight? And it was like, food budget. Like, yeah, there's a food budget. It's a tab. You know, we're running it up. Or like, I'm finna go get my per diem. Like he got us in New York and we live in LA. If you have me in New York and I live in LA and we're working in LA, but we're in New York for a short amount of time, I need per diem so I can live. And so I was having those conversations and Dawn didn't even know what per diem was. So I pay homage to my husband for being a real nigga. Excuse my language. We were just talking about. Like she wasn't like my sister. That's what I expected her to be. Like I really wanted us to be like a family. But hopeful thinking, wishful thinking.
But what?
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. I always want sisters. I always want brothers. Like I love family. I want to be people's family. Like I love everybody. So like I just want to, I think it's, yeah.
I would never trust Kaleena. She talking about she want family. I would never trust Kaleena. If I was Dawn, I would have never trusted her because bitch, you the type to get me caught up. You the type to, what happened, girl? And then I tell you what happened and you go back and tell that nigga what I told you and now I'm getting my ass beat again because I told you what he did.
The part of me that want to be accepted is trauma. Yeah, and I just want people to like me. That's the thing.
You got named quite a few times in Dawn's lawsuit. I'm assuming there wasn't a conversation beforehand.
No. No.
What was it like finding that out when you woke up?
I was angry. I was pissed. You know, I'm feeding my frogs, dude. Like, you know, I'm working on my project. I'm at the end of it. And I'm just like waiting on my time. And I'm like just talking to God and like learning his voice. And then all of a sudden it's like a rip shot. Cause Dawn knows me. And she know that all she ever had to do if something was going on was to say something. And
what were you gonna do, Kaleena?
Like Donkey Kong. Like the fuck we talking about?
No, you wasn't.
You would jump that nigga.
No, you wouldn't
Get
have.
the fuck out of there. Or whatever. But that wasn't the case.
Girl, are you fucking for real? This interview pissed me off because you really gonna sit up there and act like if she would have told you that Diddy was touching her or doing something to her, you who also work for Diddy, you who also worship this man because you felt like he was changing your life, you wasn't gonna do a motherfucking thing. And Dawn had already been there before you, so she already knew how this shit worked. No, bitch, it's business. I'm here because I'm probably indentured servitude in some type of way.
She never, to be honest with you, though me and Puff garnered a closer relationship. Going into it, Dawn and Puff were closer.
Yeah.
They had rapport.
They knew each other already.
So Puff can be mama a little bit, like little fucking catty. So I just always thought that
triangulation between y'all
for his protection, possibly he could have been like just keeping distance between everybody. That's the thing, right? And
his protection.
It's a control thing as well. So I just thought maybe it could be that. But I think more than anything, it was more like it was literal competition though. Like she literally looked at me like a threat. Yeah. And like I possibly could have been getting more than her because I had my husband and different things. But that wasn't the case. It was just the way I negotiated my deal. And I was already good. I was already good from publishing deal. I was already good from other things that were happening in my life. So I think she just possibly thought Puff gave me more than her and she just didn't have that, but that wasn't.
So you think that Dawn was jealous of you?
What do you make of the ingredients in her lawsuit?
I think it's, I don't want to say bullshit, but I think maybe, I think maybe Dawn is, I don't know. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and shame the devil, but I will say broke motherfuckers would they would do anything for money. And I just want what she's saying to be the truth.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I told y'all before, like Dawn is from New Orleans. And I've been around Dawn in recent years. We don't know each other, but we have been around each other. Dawn is not broke like that. I don't know that lady money, but I see her out. I see her perform. I see her mass Indian with my uncle. I've seen her around. It's not giving, I'm so broke I can't take care of myself. That's not what it's giving. In my opinion. Kaleena, if anybody is giving broke and in a dark house, thinking somebody give a fuck about the creative, but probably being fed drugs by their husband, it's you.
Because I'm confused. And if it's the truth, why wait so long to say anything?
What do you mean, why wait so long? See, this is what I'm talking about. This girl literally tells the story about how people in her family are allowing the uncles to be molesters to the kids. And she's actually asking, why would you wait so long to say something? I don't know. Maybe because I was scared of the nigga. I don't know.
I don't know, guys. Like, nobody's fucking with me at that capacity, and I'll say shit. Everybody's gonna know it. I'm gonna be locked up, 766, 911 call, police fucking locked up, crazy, all that. Nobody's doing shit like that to me. And at some level, I didn't be like.
Is it fair to say maybe your upbringing, maybe who you are, you have that exterior where you ain't doing that to me? You get what I'm saying? For everybody, it's not that.
It's not. And it could have possibly been that. But I think being in a group with somebody, it makes it very intimate. We were naked together a lot. We were getting dressed in places. We woke up in the same places. We were sleepy in the same places. We were hungry in the same places.
And you don't know what was going on?
Our underarms stunk in the same places. And so when you're that intimate, it's kind of hard to.
Let's break that down right quick, what she just said, because I like to listen to the words that people say and actually digest them. She said, we woke up in the same places. We went to sleep in the same places. We were naked a lot together. And what was that last part? She said our underarms stunk in a lot of the same places. So please remember that Dawn said that Diddy worked them for hours and hours and hours. He worked them, would not let them stop. Okay, so even just the work, the work that they were doing in the group was abusive. That's what Dawn has said. You're literally telling us you were right there for all of that, but you didn't see it?
To miss. If somebody's suffering or something's going on like that, it's really hard to miss.
If somebody's suffering, it's really hard to miss. Is that right?
Love her to death, naive, like getting high. She likes getting high. She liked that. Was the thing. She's a model.
That is her way of invalidating Cassie's experience. She's a model. She likes to get high. She liked the party. She was young. She was naive. Later, she'll tell a story about being groomed and assaulted by somebody when she was 16, 17, not understanding that Diddy had done the same thing to Cassie because Cassie was 19. Okay.
She was well taken care of. She was
well taken care of. You're a hater. A lot of
You
y'all
told me a
are
story
a
about
hater
going to
when
an
it comes to
apartment
this
one
shit.
time.
Mad
Which one?
because she was
The fucking one
financially
that looked like a
taken care of.
closet? That all white fucking condo in New York?
Listen,
That's just glass with glass stairs escalating up the fucking 70-foot ceiling, 100-foot ceiling. Wild shit. Spoiled. So
spoiled.
I'm not saying Cassie is not deserving of any of these things, but this was her life. And so
You're
though I
jealous.
was okay, I was like middle class, okay. She was like, rich girl, I want to go hang out with my friend for the weekend in fucking Tahiti, okay. And just lay up and get sun, okay.
You asked her
You're
how much
mad
she was
about that.
making.
Yeah, I just wanted to know where her allowance was because she had an allowance. And I wanted to know
Why?
if she was being smart with her money and she was being smart with the opportunity. Because the first thing I think is like, what would I do in that position? I don't know. I would own homes. I would have owned businesses. I would have been giving other people
You would have been up
opportunities.
out
I
of
wouldn't have been waiting for Puff to do my project. I would have been doing my own project. I just would have had a lot more. Like, nigga, you gonna do this shit for me? Because I would have done it for myself. And
So you think that the young, spoiled, naive girl who was 19 coming into this was supposed to be more of a grown woman about the way she handled it, because that's how you would have handled it, right? Completely ignoring the fact that Diddy is the person that has the power in this dynamic, to the point that you just told us you got blackballed, bitch. What are you talking about? How is she supposed to take what he's given her and do all of this with it, and you couldn't do nothing with it? You were given some of the same opportunities. You said you was a millionaire. Can you explain to us why you're not anymore? Very weird the way the mind works. You will literally be put in the exact same situation as this girl and find a way to make her out to in some way be dumb or deserving of the mistreatment, right? Even though you're literally explaining that she went through the same thing that you went through.
so when I asked how much she was making, it was like close to $30,000, almost $50,000 a week. That's a lot of money. Even on the low end, when you say $10,000 a week, that's a lot of money for somebody to just here you go. You can just blow that, and then cars for your family, and then flights for your family, and then all that stuff. I'm just saying, and I'm just allegedly talking, right? Because who knows what she was really getting?
Yeah.
Because we don't know. But what I will say is, if in fact that's what Cassie was getting, and that's what she was privy to, I think I would have been trying to strive to show my husband that I was queenly enough to be entitled to take care of his billions and millions of dollars and possibly his children and be the queen of that empire. But I didn't see that per se. I just saw like Cassie having a good time.
So because Cassie wasn't being a big enough pick me for you, even though you were literally saying she was giving lap dances to everybody, she's doing all of this other shit. We know that Cassie cut off the side of her fucking hair because Diddy told her to. And you sitting up here mad because she isn't queenly enough to have power over a nigga who got power over all of y'all. Like, she sounds crazy because she keeps talking about what I would have done, Ma'am, you were in the situation. You're broke now. You look drugged out. Nobody's been paying attention to your music for years. You're not even on Love and Hip Hop anymore, Kaleena. What are you talking about? You were blackballed. Whatever he did it to you. Are you not seeing that?
I'm as a young girl and really didn't want the bothers of like that life until later. And this is probably when I was pregnant with Noah. I don't mean to cut you off, but being pregnant with Noah, and I have pictures online. I went and seen Puff perform in Atlanta. I was pregnant, really pregnant with Savannah, not Noah, Savannah. And I was about to have my baby girl, and I remember walking in like backstage and walking in the bathroom, and I'm like, see her and Jessica White, and they're all sitting on the counters in the bathroom. And Cassie looks at me and she's like, see, that's what I want. And I hope I'm like that. I hope I look as sexy as you, like that. And the last conversation me and Cassie had was basically like, I seen this woman that was coming out, and I was like, I'm done with the shit and I'm ready for it. Like, and I was like, okay. So that was my last, and that had been years. Do you think I was with Puff in 2009 to 2012, 11, 12. And so I had Savannah in 2016. Cassie had grown immensely. Now, I wasn't around in that time. So what transpired in the time between Dirty Money ending and me seeing them again, I fucking don't know. So anything could have transpired. But I will say is, I saw Cassie grow up from a little girl that was willing to like give everybody motherfucking, lap dances, basically.
A little girl, baby.
Get drunk and just have a good, like, model time. She was a sweetheart though. But seeing her do like just have a good time as a young girl and then turn into like, no, this is what I want. But she had watched me and she had watched so many other women. So I see that, the power. But I didn't see how she was being kept somewhere she didn't want to be. I didn't see that. Did I see the videotape like everybody else? Yes. Yes. But did I see
Literally
that ever?
somebody
Like in
being
person?
kept
Fuck
somewhere
no.
they don't want to
Like, that's just, it's private and then it's business. You didn't see us on the tape. We were in the hotel. That was a private thing. Like they had like a private hotel that they would go and stay at. Private places. They would go on private trips because it's a private thing. And me and my husband do a private thing. So I didn't see.
That doesn't mean
I
it
didn't
didn't happen
see
'cause
that
you didn't see it.
dichotomy while I was there. It was just like, I'm really business too. I
But
think
she's
that
lying.
changes how
You're
people
really
deal with me.
business, but y'all were
I'll come in
partying.
and I'm work and that's it. And everything's separate from me. So,
You didn't keep everything
but I love
separate. You're
Cassie.
lying. You were at the parties. You and
The
your
abuse,
husband.
you
Stop.
never notice maybe any scars, any bruising, or maybe she come to you, confide in you, hey, like, you know, just stuff like that.
I think normal shit.
Yeah.
Like, I
Normal
mean, what one girl don't be like, I fucking hate this. No, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looked all normal to me. And at that time, I'm just telling you that I was going through my own trauma. I was fighting my husband. And like, we were doing weird shit. We were trying to grow out of and love.
So at the same time as Cassie is getting her ass beat by Diddy, you getting your ass beat by Tony. Mind you, at the beginning of this interview, she talks about her husband is so great. It's so amazing. Girl, you're brainwashed. You have Stockholm syndrome. That nigga was beating your ass, probably still beating your ass. They are still married. They are still together, even though they don't have custody of their children. And Cassie, who's even younger than you, was in a situation with a man even more powerful than your man. And you're somehow expecting her to what? Be queenly. Y'all are both getting y'all ass beat at the same time, but somehow you're able to see her like a little girl that grew to be a woman and you would have done it differently. Girl, what? Literally doing the same shit, getting your ass beat by a nigga. And telling us that that's normal.
Learn how to navigate being in front of the camera and not show people we were doing that. It's just a lot. We were like manager and fucking artist, trying to remember that we were husband and wife. So
no,
I didn't have a lot of space in my head for that kind of rent. I just didn't have like space in my head for somebody to sit and talk to me about them being abused when I felt like I needed my nigga to treat me better.
Okay, so then that makes me feel like the times that you did see Cassie getting her ass beat, you will then tell yourself, well, at least you got this, at least you got that. I'm getting my ass beat, and this nigga ain't even got as much as Puff got. I would love to be getting my ass beat by Puff because then I would be able to stay in the nice apartment. I would be able to have the $30,000 to $50,000 a week and all of that. Kaleena, you telling on yourself. You are literally telling us that you did see abuse, but because you were being abused and because you were jealous of how much money she was getting, you couldn't give a fuck. So don't get up here now and tell us you didn't see it.
Or maybe I wasn't being the best wife.
Maybe I wasn't being the best wife.
Wow.
That's why he was cheating on me, having babies on me, and
not to stay on her
I
too
wasn't being the
long.
best
What do you
wife.
make of her whole suit and, you know, the money that she
Look, I'm proud of anybody who speaks up and stands up for themselves. But I feel like I wish I could have heard the whole truth of her side. I wish they would have talked about all of the beautiful moments that she had with Puff too. I think it's like the pebble in the shoe concept. You know, this one situation is exacerbated, but if I'm not mistaken, I seen her with Puff after Kim died. Wasn't she with that other guy already? I think she had left, right? She was like in a whole nother relationship with the trainer that Puff paid for. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like
so when she comes
I was shocked,
talk about her,
to say the least.
When she comes out to talk about her abuse, you want her to talk more about the good times that she had with Puffy? Why? I'm talking about my abuse. And now you're trying to do that whole thing where y'all make it seem like, oh, Cassie was cheating on Diddy. You can't cheat on a nigga that got.
I just didn't think she had
There's
that.
no such thing. There's no such thing. Hold up, y'all. My sign, I can't hear now. Hold up.
And I didn't think that she would. Good for her, is what I'm saying. If being a hero for her children, her husband, and her everything, really, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, good for her. If standing on her truth is that, I necessarily wouldn't have handled it that way.
Obviously.
Unless the motherfucker was really a monster and y'all would have known it off top.
Girl, please.
Right. I look at the industry.
You would have known it off top. Obviously
Hollywood is
not.
like,
You
it's
don't
like the
know what
worst
the fuck
drug
the monster
that they have
look
on
like.
the table.
So,
right?
So
So if you look at the cocaine and or whatever, fentanyl even.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing now, right? Ketamine, like weird shit, right?
Horse tranquilizer.
Crazy names,
That's
yeah.
not
Zombie
that's
shit.
not
You look at that. You look at the plated drugs.
Special K is not new, y'all. Special K is not new. Cut it the fuck out. Don't do that. Don't act like it's something new going on out here. Ain't nothing new.
And it's like Hollywood is probably like the worst thing you could probably do. What's some of the worst things you've seen in Hollywood?
I've seen my friends go from like sweetest tomboy, sing on the spot, creative people to like drunk, drug using,
Talking about
oversexed.
Talking about yourself.
What do you mean by oversexed?
Oversexed, like you're told that sex sells. You're taught pussy and dick in the industry.
Right.
And that's how they teach you from a child. If you get in this industry as a child, they teach you that sex sells. That's a big one. And when you tell somebody that, they start then playing with ideas of how they look, how they can manipulate people with how they look, how I can keep the truth hidden with how I look. Sex is not just dick and pussy like we think. Sex is a whole experience. And I think learning to work that magic in Hollywood becomes not just addicted in itself, but it's like imposter syndrome. So I've seen my friends go from like their true selves to like the Halloween version of themselves.
Right.
LA will do it to you. It's a psychedelic place.
Man.
With no clubs for real. Like everything closes early. It's wild.
What's going on at the after party? Speaking of the after party.
I don't fucking know. Don't talk about no baby oil, man. Like I still use baby oil. Y'all gonna get into it. Like, yo, it's a good thing. It is. It's great. I love it. They did though. So they basically denied Puff's bill because he called me 56 times.
Okay, y'all see how they cut that, right? Because essentially it's a great thing, ma'am. You absolutely are probably on tapes. I bet any money that like she probably has been involved in those things. And I'm gonna just say this is what I feel. I don't know if this is true, but this is what I feel. I feel like she was probably abused by him in the same ways that a lot of these other people were. But she sees the drugging as a kindness. She sees the I can't feel it as a kindness. That's low-key what I felt from what she was just saying about that body oil. I still use baby oil. Joking about it? Yeah, no. That's because it probably was the one thing that allowed you to physically disassociate from what was being done to your body at some point.
So I feel really bad because I feel like, but my nigga called me, I would get in fucking court and stand up for my nigga if I need to, because it would be no different if it was you and me. I don't know. I think we're close enough right now. Like you're really my friend. So nigga, like I'll be calling Kristen and be like, yo, the fuck going on? It's been, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we gonna go back and forth. Like, yeah, read that shit, call me back, nigga. And you're gonna read it and you're gonna call me back and you're gonna be like, we're gonna do that. And it's like, what you think? Because now we're doing recall. And so that's not tampering. That's fucking recall because that bitch
No, it's tampering because y'all are now talking about the case and deciding to get your story straight. If y'all have to talk about what actually happened, if he has to call you 53 times, bitch, that means that he's trying to make sure that you're going to say what he wants you to say. There would be no reason for y'all to talk that many times in one day. She's now blaming herself for how much he called her. Do you know how crazy that is for her to blame herself? She literally, let me rewind it.
No, don't talk about no baby oil. Like I still use baby oil. Y'all gonna get into it. Like, yeah, but yes, it's a good thing. It is. It's great. I love it. They did though. So they basically denied Puff's bill because he called me 56 times. So I feel really bad because I feel like
He called you.
but my nigga called me. I would get in fucking court and stand up for my nigga if I need to, because it would be no different if it was you and me. I don't know. I think we're close enough right now. Like, you're really my friend. So, nigga, like, I'll be calling Chris and be like, yo, the fuck going on? It's been, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, we're gonna go back and forth. Like, yeah, read that shit and call me back, nigga. And you're gonna read it and you're gonna call me back and you're gonna be like, we're gonna do that. And it's like, what you think? Because now we're doing recall. And so that's not tampering. That's fucking recall because that bitch is lying.
Tampering.
That's how I felt. And you don't gotta say this.
You're calling Dawn.
We gotta be clear because we want to be clear about everybody. We want to make sure we're good. And I'm gonna fucking stand on business. I didn't see that.
And didn't I tell y'all she was calling Dawn a liar? Didn't I tell y'all that? She's basically calling Dawn a liar. To me, she is literally reiterating whatever it is that Diddy told her to say.
In every video you see us in, Dawn didn't look scared. Did you see her look scared to you? Look at the video you just looked at. Look scared. I'm just saying, my friend looks scared. I'm like, the fuck wrong with you? The fuck going on with you, bitch?
Didn't you say she's weird?
If I look scared and I come here and I'm going through something with anybody and I don't look the same, your question to me was going to be, what the fuck going on with you? I didn't see that. What I saw was, what the fuck is going on with you? Because you acting weird. You're a weird bitch, is what I seen. And it's a list of niggas where y'all at. Talk about it.
So in 1 minute, you're saying she didn't look scared. If something was going on, you would be acting weird. And then she says you were acting weird, but it's because you was a weird ass bitch. What? What? Girl.
Weird motherfucker, man. She is. She's fucking weird, bro. And so, yeah, I ain't, trying to motherfucking go to jail and no shit. But y'all motherfucker call me to tell the truth. I'm finna motherfucking tell the truth. All of it. Because every fucking body was there and a part of this shit. Niggas was fucking niggas. Bitches was saying they like to fuck bitches. Everybody was there with the shit. And as conservative as I am, and I try to tell people, yeah, I used to date girls. I think women are the sexiest thing on the planet. I'm now married to a man and I'm dedicated to him. But if I had to choose, I would choose bitches. I say it all the time, but I think people get that twisted. Like, me and my husband be jumping the fuck off all the time. But that's not the case. We done jumped off a couple times, but that's my motherfucking business.
To me, it sounds like you don't even really want to be with that man. To me, it sounds like you don't even really want to be with that man. That's what it sounds like to me. Talking about I prefer, but yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
It's the truth. So I can go to Pornhub and I can go down to the fucking, categories to, husband watches, wife get banged by Mandingo. And I can pull up all of these things, but nobody's talking about that. And we sit there and we condemn our people, brothers and sisters, for truly being themselves. But you'll get by yourself in the bathroom with your baby oil and jerk your dick to your neighbor's wife getting banged by her stepfather. What the fuck kind of weird shit is that? So we have all of these like secret pleasures that we like to indulge in, but don't want to say it in the court of public opinion. When you do the fucking crime, do the time. I don't give a fuck what you like, long as it's not fucking children and my fucking dog. Because I got a thing about that, right? Because my uncle's a rapist, right? So I wasn't going to be around no fucking body that was bringing 13-year-olds. Talk about, oh, they sexy. The fuck out of here. And I wasn't going to be around nobody that was beating nobody because I didn't like that because I was abused.
You're lying.
My mom hit me in my face on Mother's Day. In the motherfucking ICU with my son sitting there, So I'm just saying, like, yo, we got to talk about the tough things and then be accountable. We got to be able to say, if I had $1 billion and I couldn't walk down the street alone.
No. And that's the thing right there. That right there, y'all. This always trying to get you to put yourself in the shoes of a fucking billionaire. Please stop. Most of us are never going to reach $1 billion. Don't put yourself in their shoes. You're not in their shoes. You're never going to be in their shoes. You're in the shoes of the people that they take advantage of. So stop trying to find ways to empathize with people that abuse you. That's crazy. And that's what she's doing right now.
And my kids need security. Like, how would I do things? Who do I go to have fun? Who are my friends? Who can I trust? Who really gives a fuck about me. You know, when Puff would give me my money, like he would give us checks, when we get money, I would always spend some money on him. I would always like go buy him a pair of sneakers or like some piece of art or something. Because I would want him to know, like, I appreciate what you're doing for me. You give it.
So please understand that you getting up here speaking on his behalf is only seen as lies and loyalty to him. That's all I see. Lies and loyalty. You literally telling me that a man who wasn't even paying you the amount of money he was supposed to be paying you, you took the money that he did give you and you bought him shit? Bitch, you're brainwashed. You're a pick-me. All of that talking about, I ain't gonna let nobody play me, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, you literally letting us know that you would do anything to be validated by these men. Using your own money to buy him gifts because you want him to know you care about him that much. Yeah, it's giving you a groomed. It's giving you a brainwashed. So we can't believe anything coming out your mouth for real. But it just so happens that you are so unhinged, you letting your truth slip out. That's why I like to do shit like this, because you got to really listen to what people be saying.
Give me opportunity. And this opportunity can turn into something that could change me and my family's life, depending on how I perceive that. And I think a lot of us miss it. We miss the boat because we expect people to come in and change our life with this magic stick, and it don't happen like that.
How does it feel for you to sort of be the person or the reason why Diddy's bail gets denied?
I think it's fucked up because I think what we're not understanding is they don't understand Black people. They don't understand how we can communicate. We are very passionate people. And
oh, so now it's a Black thing, and the FBI doesn't have any Black people in it, I'm assuming. So the FBI, this bitch crazy. This bitch said they don't understand Black people, as if there are no Black FBI agents to understand that the way he's calling you and talking to you 56 times is witness tampering. Oh no, that's a Black people thing. We're passionate. Girl, get the fuck out of here.
One thing you got to know about any average Black woman, you're not pushing her to do shit she don't want to fucking do.
You're not?
So, motherfucker, you're not going to call me in the middle of the fucking night and be begging me or tell me what the fuck I'm going to do.
Really?
But what I am going to say is if you fucking name me in a fucking suit and say I was complicit in there, I'm fucking saying something. So you ain't got to worry about me not saying something. It's just what I got to say. So give me a second to think about what the fuck I'm saying. So I'm going to calm my emotions down. And I'm going to do it, but I got to do it my way. Because if I do it off of emotion, it's going to sound crazy. And I'm going there fire hot-headed. I'm going to be cussing. And I don't want to...
She is basically reiterating her thought process when Diddy kept calling her. That's what she's doing right now. Reiterating. And what do you mean you're not going to make a Black woman do something she don't want to do? Black women do shit that they don't want to do every day. B, the fuck is you talking about? What are you talking about?
Represent that woman anymore. I want to be a lot more methodical in my approach. Why? Because there are little girls watching me, and there are people that haven't seen me speak up and haven't seen me say anything, and I feel bad. And I want to write him. I want to see him. I want to tell him I love him. I want to tell him to keep his head up. If he did something wrong, talk to God. You know, it's gonna work out. And then I would tell him anything similar to what I would tell somebody else in trouble that shot fucking Pookie down the street. This nigga's running up on nigga and killing people. They dumping niggas' bodies in front of people's houses. And you people's putting money on Pookie bail.
They're worried about baby oil.
And y'all worried about baby oil and this nigga fucking men. That was there. With they assholes tooted up. Looking for opportunity.
And I'm going to tell y'all again. Keep going back to him fucking men and making it salacious so we can ignore the fact that what bodies, Kaleena? What bodies? Who you talking about? Who you talking about? You talking about somebody just hypothetically, or you talking about some shit that was actually taking place? But y'all worrying about the baby oil. Because see, that's what I was saying. I was saying y'all talking about the wrong shit. It doesn't matter all this, oh, he a freak. No. That's not the important part of the conversation. Okay? That's not the important part of the conversation. It's the GHB. It's the drugging. It's the assault. It's the unaliving of people.
What did Diddy do? What is?
I don't know. I'm confused.
You spoke to me about sort of like producers taking advantage.
Yeah.
I guess using a false sense of opportunity to get what they wanted.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I mean, just for instance, I don't know, when I was 18, like just getting in this industry, it's like you meet these talented young people and, you know, these men are spending like hours in the fucking studio and not for nothing. I guess it's magical to meet somebody like really talented, but we be young, we be babies. And as soon as my dad left me alone with J Little John, every opportunity he had to have sex with me, he did. Everyone. And this, I was little, like I was young. Like, I wasn't like doing all of that, but I didn't know how to respond to it. Like I didn't know how to stand up for myself and speak up and say, no, this is not what I want. I think most girls go through that, but I did.
But you don't understand why it took so long for other people to say shit?
Did make a decision in my head and say, this will never happen again.
What would you call what happened to you?
I was taken advantage of. I was vampired for my energy, my body.
Really?
I was molested. I was literally like, molestation is different from rape because molestation is kind of like it's a process. It's a grooming process. And so like the process for that was like, you know, he could play really well. He was very talented. And though I was 18, he was grown. And
like
his thing was, he knew he was talented and he knew I was in all of that. And he knew I wanted to do music and do all of those things.
Like Cassie.
Because that was a carrot on his stick. He used that. But he also told me to be quiet because his mother was upstairs. And his brother was upstairs. Like, can you imagine like coming in the studio? He's a toilet on the ground. The mic is there to entice you to know that. But the whole session is him fucking you.
Like
we never did a song together.
Never did a song together.
No.
Like
and I guess so. What about all the women that enter the industry?
Yep, with dreams.
With dreams, searching for the opportunity.
Yep, willing to do anything for it.
Willing to do anything for it, and they just, as you bluntly put it, get fucked on a pallet on the floor.
Yes.
And go
never
home.
Happens. Yeah, because these people never tell you that they're just not, that they're like not even the middlemen. They're not even the runners. They are doing the same thing you're doing. They want to make it too. But because you're young and you're naive, and you're beautiful and you're unused and you're fresh.
The producers.
And it's just all of those vibes, along with this young woman trying to navigate her own sexuality and don't know how to say no. And a man knows that and he takes advantage of that. Like, you're a kid still. I have my dad. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Ultimately. It wasn't like I was talking to him like sexually, like I was trying to get with him or anything like that. This was strictly like, you know how sexy you are. You know, you're really dope. You know, it was a grooming process.
Yeah.
Listen.
Make me call that in church.
Knowing exactly
prostituting
what
your
place,
gifts.
but gonna sit up there and say it
using
never happened.
what God gave you as a way to feed your sexual desires.
That's what he did.
And it's like the most common thing in the industry.
Yeah. It was always like songwriters trying to like put their fingers in your pussy and smell your pussy and like tell you like what kind of women they like and like.
But I got you with this record though, like
but let me smell your pussy. Like, what kind of panties do you wear? Do you wear thongs? You don't wear thongs? You shouldn't wear no panties. Like, these are men. The Maces, the everybody. Like, the everybody. Like,
Not
everybody I've
Mace
met
out there.
men like outside of my.
Not throwing Mace out there. Not her throwing Mace out there. Mind you, Mace was not a part of Bad Boy at the same time as she was. So I personally think, and somebody said it in the comments, Diddy told her to mention Mace in some way, shape, or form. That's how I feel. Because y'all know Mace been out here running his mouth. So Diddy don't like Mace right now at all. So to me, I'm definitely feeling like, girl, why would you throw Mace's name out there? And that's not to say that Mace didn't do shit like that, but she threw his name out there on purpose.
My husband protected me. Yeah.
And this was acceptable. This was the norm. This was the industry. This is how you get on.
It is the industry. Yes.
That's how you get on.
Yes.
So sort of like what's happening now is like that shift is happening. It's like, okay, no more of this. No more. Y'all better tighten up or you're getting canceled, thrown in jail, or sued.
I mean, I think everybody has to pay for any transgressions that are made.
Sure.
But I think the biggest part of this is cutting out this systemic monster that happens, like these couch conversations, these couch interviews that are happening, and girls expecting that this is what they should do.
Right.
What if I was a stripper and that's what I did? I didn't have sex for money, but I stripped. And then I wanted to be in the music industry. And then I have titties and I got ass and I'm sexy and I'm all of those things. And I go in the studio and I'm going to work. But then now a producer is going to take advantage of that because I used to be a stripper.
100%.
Yeah. And it's almost like some niggas feel like to make you sexier, it's like, I gotta fuck you a certain way. And I gotta tell you how sexy you are and tell you you're dope. Now, hopefully I'm the nigga that can be like a T-Vic, but T-Vic didn't do it to me.
Right.
I want to make that very clear because I think a lot of niggas that meet T-Vic be like, oh, I wish I was you.
Yeah.
Like, you came up, but T-Vic didn't do me like that.
Right. Oh man, this
Maybe
is
not.
what's happening in this climate, in the culture, in the industry.
It's a cold shift.
The things that worked in the past ain't working no more.
No.
And if you did it in the past,
you are now being held accountable for it. What happens in the dark comes to light. That's what grandma would say. My grandma Bunchy would say that all the time.
And though it was wrong in the past, it was acceptable.
Yeah, it was the hierarchy was misogynistic. It was more male.
Right.
So it was a patriarchy, and now it's a little bit matriarchal. It's like we are now coming into a forefront where women. I just want us to be accountable for the things that we do. I don't want to be the kind of woman in this movement to say, well, I was victimized. I know when I wanted to fuck somebody, like they knew it too. And it was very evident. Like I'm not scared to do that, but I knew when I didn't like somebody and I was being taken advantage of.
What's your favorite memory with Puff?
Probably, and I have a lot of them. I think one specific was when I knew we were getting real close. And he was just telling me about like him growing up and learning how to navigate the industry himself and just getting $200,000 a night to do walkthroughs, which was a lot of money he was seeing for him, and how he was like taking care of a lot of people. You bring that money home and, like you don't care about what, you're doing with your money at that time. You're young, you put it in top drawer, keep it moving, but you're doing it a lot. And so like just the party scene at night, being out 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, get home at 6, the sun's coming up, you're tired. You're not counting your money. And he was just like, he had a nanny for like 15 years. And he just thought, like, how much money am I losing? Like,
He asked her, what is her favorite memory of Diddy? Meaning, what was a time you and Diddy had together that you really enjoyed? She's now about to explain to you how Diddy found out that his nanny was stealing from him. So that's a way for you to see Diddy as somebody that people are always stealing from. So then you could understand why he's abusive and controlling, because people are trying to steal from him. Bullshit. Diddy wasn't paying people. That's why people stole from him. The fuck?
My money? You go back, you don't count it, but you're like, count it. I'm missing some money. So he put a nanny cam in his house and he caught his nanny stealing. So can you imagine like being stolen from somebody you trust for 15 years? And so then that kind of piggybacks to me telling you like people wearing his clothes and his jewelry. I mean, and then it happened to me. Because I want to be like Puff, and then I go back home and I'm like hiring assistants and people, and I'm thinking like I'm not thinking about the actual executive functions of hiring people, how to hire them, in turn.
You want to be like Puff. So remember her relationship with Ashley, the girl from Love and Hip Hop, and how she did her. And then the relationship with Tony. You can't be like a man. You can't, bitch, because you're a woman. You can try. Mary J. Blige. But essentially, you still gonna get treated how the rest of these bitches get treated. No matter how you try to pedestalize yourself and put yourself higher in the hierarchy because you want to be like him. You don't want to be like the bitches. You want to be like him. So you think that that's going to save you. It's not.
Shippers or anything like that. I'm just fucking hiring people and giving opportunity. And motherfuckers are stealing from me. Rolexes are missing. I don't have those things anymore because somebody had them. And they're gone.
Worst memory?
In general?
Sort of with Dirty Money, with, the success.
With Diddy. What is your worst memory with Diddy, bitch?
I don't have one. Not a worst memory. It was one of the best times of my life.
Oh,
despite,
you don't have one.
Me and Dawn not always getting along. And despite me and Puff not always getting along. Because we argue like cats and dogs.
So y'all argued a lot.
No,
you don't have any bad memories.
But
okay.
I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change anything. Not one fucking thing. It was fucking
crazy.
Dope as fuck. Like, I wouldn't change the fireworks. I wouldn't change the fucking Vogue shoots. I wouldn't change the private jet flights. I wouldn't change fucking nothing.
That's wild.
Any music?
You have nothing now.
Hell yeah. We about to drop. Rosewater is a big project that I've been working on for years. Puff's been working with me. Mad People's been working with me with this project. But,
so he's been working with you on this project that you're working on.
Why, nigga?
Why he still had
Come on, we got to,
What you mean? You got to hear
You ain't give me nothing.
What do you mean?
Can you let me talk?
You see? Y'all see how you do me though?
You haven't given me anything this whole interview. Could we get something before we go?
And I was like, nigga, listen. Hey, listen, check it out. I'm about to drop the single, and it really speaks to this whole fucking thing. And I ain't even gonna sing it pretty right now because you got me here super late. But, it's just like, just go with it. Just go with it. We don't have to think about nothing. Just go with it. Oh, just go with it. Just go with it. We don't have to worry about nothing. Crazy beat. Crazy ass verse. Gon' tell me what you used to. I used to watching movies off of YouTube. I'm down with it. Whatever you cool with it. Tell me stories about the old school. Tell me how you used to flip work and breakthroughs. I'm down with it. Whatever you cool with. You know, it's just like a little conversation. The track is crazy. And it just like, I'm just a cool ass nigga. I just want to chill, man. I don't want nobody.
So talented. So talented, y'all. Even you can hear her vibrato, like, but mine is warped. Do you hear me? Warped.
Hurt. I want everybody to love each other, but we know that's not the reality. But I would like to see Nirvana, this new heaven, this new earth that we move into. Motherfuckers could be themselves. Motherfuckers could be protected. Motherfuckers ain't getting taken advantage of. Like you could leave your money around. Motherfuckers ain't taking your money. Everything is like the way it's supposed to be. And like that's how I dream of like being. And this has just really shocked me to my core because I feel like as real as I am, I have an antenna for bullshit. And I just really believe that good people can do bad things, but we are not to judge those things. Like we can't judge like the entirety of the person on what they've done in the past because they could have immensely grown. And I think that's a huge thing. And
so again, more apologies for him, admitting that he could have done bad things, but he's a good person, right? Look at you. Like really, like look at her, man. Like the fact that you will make apologies for him and not even seeing what he took from you is insane.
I would have clocked the bullshit.
Strap Anonymous. My name is Chris Styles. Let's get it.
And my name is Kaleena, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's that. So basically, she made, to me, if I'm paying attention, you just validated everything. You validated everything. You are the girl who was at the freak offs, who was probably enjoying some of that shit. You probably didn't enjoy some things and were happy that they put a certain type of drug in your drink so that you couldn't really remember. Very much like the assistant from Blink Twice. There are people that don't want to remember, that don't want to admit to themselves what happened to them because then they would have to be re-victimized and they don't want to be victimized. So they don't want to be honest about what happened to them. And that means fighting against Dawn, seeing Dawn as the problem, seeing Cassie as the problem, instead of seeing Diddy as the problem. That's the thing I saw this entire interview. Even her talking about her husband. She talked so well about the husband at the beginning of the interview, all for her to tell us that he was beating her ass and cheating on her and having babies outside of the relationship. He sounds like your pimp. He sounds like your pimp. And I will never forget when he told her nobody cared about her music on Love and Hip Hop. Don't nobody care about your music. For a man to tell you that when the only reason we know of y'all is because of your music, he was always trying to control and break you, and you let him. It's crazy to me. You think you're strong, but you really weak as fuck. Because the strong ones are the ones that speak up and say, this is what happened to me. And they don't bullshit and lie and try to protect their abusers any longer once they've seen the remnants of it. Once you've seen how many people have been victimized and you still get up here and talk that shit, it's because you're still on drugs. You're still being controlled by these men in your life. Even with all of these talents that she has, sitting up there talking about what she would have done. Yet you still working with Diddy. Diddy was working with you on his last album. Word, bitch. And yes, what do I tell y'all about the lesbians that can't live in their truth? Now, you can go and fuck women, but actually being in relationships with them and not being attached to a man, different. It's different. But yeah, she been brainwashed, y'all. And listen, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When we get to the Mary J. Blige of it all, y'all love Mary J. Blige. I do. But Mary J. Blige thinking that she's gonna be able to remain unscathed in this situation is starting to work on my nerves. because she's come, she got an album, she got a song. We seeing Mary, but Mary ain't talking. Mary's talking, but Mary's not talking about any of this. And I think that it's weird. I feel like we've always thought that Mary J. Blige gave lesbian tease. There were rumors that she was also fucking that girl who her husband was cheating on her with, who was her protege. There were rumors that she was fucking with that girl too. So yeah, I don't know what's going on out there, but I know that, it's a lot of people that feel a lot of shame and guilt about being homosexual. And instead of being honest about who they are and accepting it for what it is, they choose to pretend to be something else while doing other things in the dark. And what comes along with that is being victimized and victimizing other people. That's why I refuse to see anything wrong with people being gay. Because at the end of the day, you can't put darkness and shadow over something when somebody said, no, bitch, I'm in the light. I am in the light. You can't put no shadow over this. But see, when they want to lie and keep it all secret and everything, man, let me tell y'all something. If y'all think Mary ain't involved, if y'all think Mary ain't had no past, you lying to yourself. You lying to yourself. Let's not forget, Mary spent a great part of her career on drugs. She also fell out with Diddy and stayed away from him for a long time until recently. Until recently. She was mad at him and not talking to him for a minute. Yep, Faith Evans too. I'm just saying, y'all got to pay attention. But anyway, we'll see how it all plays out at some point. But it's just sad. It's just sad, y'all. There's just a lot of darkness and a lot of sadness. That's why it's important to live in your truth. That's why it's important to tell the truth and not be out here blurring lines on behalf of weird motherfuckers like Diddy. Let me see. I want to read the rest of these before I get out of here. Okay, so super chats. Thank you, Brittany Empath. Your look is giving me proud family sticky wet. Is it? Okay, thank you for the super chat. I am Diva Nicole. Thank you for the super chat. It's a reason Suge gave Ray J his life rights, and Snoop, Ray's cousin, got control of Death Row to relaunch. Let's not act like Snoop ain't still connected too. Oh, he another one that they be whispering about, but we gonna let him ride because he on every commercial. Thank you, Cynthia, so much for all the super chats. I appreciate you. Why ain't Jay-Z and Beyonce doing that to Jaguar? Notice how Megan isn't suing YouTube. She's suing Milagro. But I'm gonna tell you, I have heard that she don't have an address. I have heard that Jaguar don't have an address, girl. And the way Jaguar be down to a hotel room in a video, I don't know. But I definitely, hey, they got some truth to some of this shit. Black male worship will continue to be the downfall. You right? Okay, I read that one. Let me see. Kimi Kim, thank you for the super chat. I don't believe a soulmate as a romantic partner. It can be a friend or family member. I agree. Miko, hey, my love. Thank you for the super chat. That wasn't my reality. We could have jumped him and dipped. Pick a lie and stay there, bitch. Like, girl, where was y'all gonna go? Where was y'all gonna go for the private jet to show up? Like, where was y'all gonna go? Just out here wilding. Jaguar is homeless out here in Dallas. And that's what I thought. That's why, like, what I'm gonna sue you for, bitch? You ain't got nothing for me to take. A civil suit can't end up with you being in jail. So what I'm gonna do? You ain't got no address and no money. What I'm gonna sue you for? Okay. But y'all see that they did talk to Pierce Morgan. Jay-Z and Beyonce talked to Pierce Morgan and told Pierce Morgan that he needed to take that shit down or apologize before they sue his ass. And Pierce Morgan took it down. So there's that. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed. That's all I got for y'all today. Happy Halloween. And I'll probably see y'all tomorrow for something. Y'all be safe out here. Peace out.